And good afternoon, everybody. This is John with LoadedDice Commentaries, bringing you guys my first Lotro video today. Going to be doing Tier 2 Dargnakh on my level 75 Warden lane, and I'm going to be grouped with Truffles and Zeldana. They're both friends of mine. This is going to be Dargnakh Tier 2. This is actually our first attempt at Dargnakh Tier 2, and we did fairly well. I'm pretty excited of how it went. So we're going to be covering, basically this is the first phase right here out of the 3 phases that I have decided are here. The first phase is going to be the ballistas. Once we get the ballistas up and running, you'll just load the ballistas with the ballista bolts, and then you shoot them at Dargnakh. You should get a good view of Dargnakh here in a few seconds as I'm running around. What I'm going to do as a warden is I'm going to start hitting conviction. I want to try and keep aggro off of my mini and my lore master as much as possible. So there's Dargnakh right there. And so what we're going to be doing here is just running through Dargnakh and finishing up, just hitting him with ballistas while mobs beat on him downstairs. So what we're going to be doing is Truffle and myself are going to be taking all the orcs. Preferably you just don't take them. You kill one and then move on, and then kite the other one around so that they don't keep spawning, and then that leaves Zeldana to go ahead and load the ballistas and keep us up with everything. So my warden, a little bit more about my warden, as I know this is my first video. My warden is level 75, obviously I'm running this. And actually before I get to my warden, for those of you that don't know a warden, they use conviction to kind of AoE kite. It heals the group and pulls a ton of threat. But as I came running around that corner, apparently the game has decided that that's a wall, and you actually cannot cast, shoot anything over that little edge. So my conviction actually doesn't hit Truffles, so I can get aggro off of her, so I gotta do some stuff here. But anywho, back to my warden. My warden is level 75. I am spear traded for this one. I generally go I generally go shield traded for the bosses that hit a little harder. Dargnakh definitely is one of those. But I have been getting stubborn about not retrading. I just prefer to have it because in this instance we really don't have that much DPS. We've got a little bit of Zeldana, but he's, as you can tell with his bog lurker there, he's full blue spec, so which really kind of dumps his DPS in not terrific territory. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's not great. So we're going to be finishing this up while we get Zeldana loads the ballistas. But what you're going to be looking at is basically for all 3 phases, actually phase 1 and 2, there are key phrases to let you know that you've done it right. The key phrase for this one is puny metal sticks not hurt Dargnakh. He's a troll, his language isn't that great, but hey, who cares? So, but that's that, and once you hear that phrase, you know that he's hit. Alright, and so there we go, there's the first trigger to know that Dargnak's done, so we can continue on to phase 2. Our group has a little bit of issue with phase 2. We just I don't know what it is personally, but Zeldana gets hit pretty hard for Dargnakh, but basically this next phase we're going to be looking clean at Dargnakh in the face, so things tend to get a little fishy. But as we go into this room, I want to, we basically, after the 3rd time, we end up wiping twice. The 3rd time we come in here and realize that, oh, wait a minute, you know, we don't have all this great DPS, this, that, and the other, so what we're going to try and do is get rid of his Zeldana's pet, or excuse me, wow, I completely lost my train of thought there. But as Zeldana goes downstairs with the torch, basically, as you can see, there's Dargnakh, and he's got a ton of orcs down there to keep him busy. What you have to do is there's explosive barrels down there, and Zeldana takes the torch, and bada boom, it goes off. The issue that I found that we were having with Zeldana's pet So any pet casters, I know Cappies have pets, but really Cappies don't have, don't use them that often. They mainly use banners because they have better buffs. But issues we have here is Zeldana gets hit and his pet starts attacking Dargnakh. So this becomes a very, very bad situation for us. If you pull Dargnakh, it gets extremely difficult. For all the squishies, he's doing just way too much damage, which Zeldana and Truffles are both squishy. But yeah, it's generally not fun / a good idea to be running around downstairs as a squishy. So you can see his pet is just wailing on Dargnakh there, and we really don't need that, because when he's done with the orcs, his pet has aggro. So that was the cause of the wipes for this one. But anyway, I'm gonna be this video is actually extremely old. It's probably about a little over a month old, and I've been having issues with editing and getting my voice correct, and hopefully my voice is fine for you guys today. I'm gonna post it like this regardless. I'm sick of it. I'll just worry about it later. But anyway, what I'm gonna end up doing today is getting this video done. I have another video, but I really don't want to post it. It's using the instance finder and kind of how the instance finder works. If you guys want it, let me know, but it was on Pit of Isengard Tier 1. I don't really want to post a Tier 1 video. Because they did fix instance finder, I was just going to show you how broken it was, but as far as I can tell, they've kind of fixed it. Instead of, basically for those of you that haven't played Lotro before, the idea behind instance finder is to find groups, well, obviously find groups to do the new material. Basically, the last update 5 was the big last update. Excuse me. And update 5 consisted of 3 new 3-mans, a 6-man, and a 12-man. And they were like, well, let's just put an instance finder in here so that people don't have to go through all this mess of being picky. They just, get the group and life's good. But the problem was with the 3-mans, a lot of them you really need a tank, a healer, and some type of DPS. Instead what they did is you had a healer or a DPS, or a tank. You didn't have both. So a lot of these things failed miserably. If you could do Tier 1, because Tier 1 really wasn't that difficult, it was perfect. Tier 1, you could easily get some of the gear you needed, all that good stuff, but all the fun, good rewards are on Tier 2. So, obviously, using an instance finder really doesn't help you out that much. So, let's see here. I'm going to be running, actually tonight, I'm going to be running the new, not new, but 12-man skirm raids, and I'll get those up for you guys. But basically, kind of give you an idea of how I want my Lotro videos to go. I basically am going to have 2 different games I'm playing on my channel, one of which being Minecraft, which is more of like a commentary type setup, and then another being these Lotro videos. With my kinship, I'm an officer in Arlequins. I do all of the big raids with them. Well, not big raids, but I'm the raid leader. Most of the 3-mans I run with them. Most of the 6-mans I run, I'm the leader, this, that, and the other. So, I don't know if my screen goes green there, but there's a little bit of editing as I died. I think it does it one more time. Might be the program I use to edit it. I use 2 different programs to do this. It's been a very, very, very long process. But anyway, because my warden is completely different geared. I've got way more health on this guy, and I got this, that, and the other. But basically, as you can tell there, Zeldana basically gets one-shotted. And, I mean, as a squishy, you get crit, you're done. So I have to jump down and get the torches. The main reason you're going to find that we had difficulty is on top of the fact that he actually reset when we all died, which is weird because we do it again and he doesn't reset. I don't know if the mobs stop spawning or something like that, but yeah. I'm going to grab a few more mobs here. Zeldana gets up, recasts his pet, and then his pet again pulls aggro. So, but this is actually a generally long video for me. I mean, it's crazy long. There's no reason for it to be this long, but again, I want to get the material out to you guys. I don't want to wait any longer. I can't wait any longer, really. I mean, this stuff is outdated. They've updated the game and this, that, and the other. So, I'd much rather get this to you now instead of later. But I'll have more updated material. But anyway, my Lotro content, as I'm going to be kind of explaining it from a leader standpoint, when I group with people, what I expect to be done, what needs to be done, and most importantly, oh, there's Dargnakh. What needs, most importantly, you know, how it gets done so that you can finish the instance, and more importantly, have fun. A lot of people I know are like, oh yeah, you have fun with wiping 50 times and then then killing the boss. I'm not that way. You know, I'd much rather get it done the first time. So, yeah, we're gonna get it done. But I have yet to run the new 12-man. I'm probably going to look into it a little bit more once I get my Minstrel and my Captain up. The Minstrel, for those that you haven't played, is a healer, and the Captain is like an off-heal buffer type deal. So, and my Captain's probably going to be my main once they're leveled up. I think they're level 71 right now. So, nothing too bad. So I'm going to be finishing up here. Wow, we survived a lot longer on the second part than I thought we did. So let's see here. So we started having issues about right here. I can't keep aggro on the Orc Youth. I can barely keep aggro on Dargnakh. It's just not entertaining for me. Having to kite as a warden is the most boring thing on the world. It functions. Actually, wardens are one of the best tanks to kite, in my opinion. You can get conviction off in a pretty easy manner, using double combo builders and all that fun jazz. But man, it is not entertaining. So I'm going to be showing you guys kind of the how-to videos on how I do raids, how I prefer them done. Revamping, I know they kind of have like class introduction videos, but I think I can do better, because a lot of them are very lore-ish, I guess is the way to put it. This game is based on a lot of lore. Quote-unquote, a lot of lore. So, excuse me. Their class introduction videos are very like, welcome to Lord of the Rings Online, the Runekeeper, the Warden. It's just kind of like, really? I don't need this big macho roar button. You know, it's like, come on. Oh wow, didn't edit that out. That's why it's so long. What are you gonna get me running back? We're actually gonna get everybody up here and run back in as a group. I don't know why I didn't edit that out. Well, that's why. Okay. Because I had a commentary already made for this. I'm actually re-commenting it as obviously right now. And I was like, wow, this thing is like 3 minutes short. And I went and found out why. Because there's this huge clip. Wow. That makes me sad. I still need to finish that class deed. I've been 75 for almost 2 weeks now. I was 65 before ROI for about 4 months. Yeah. It's a shield deed. The shield skill I never use. It just kind of meh. I rarely trade shield to begin with. So anyway, I want to revamp those videos. For those of you guys that are coming into the game, I want to give you a better idea of when you're creating a certain class, what people expect you to do. This game is very basic MMO skills, tank, DPS, support, CC, you know, all that stuff. So, you know, there are specific things each class they want you to do. And there are different ways you can trait to do that. And I want to be able to show you that, ways I do it. I do have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think I've got 6 tunes above level 50. And in my opinion, level 50 is the threshold of where you start to get into the meat of the class. Because level 50 was the the first one was the start point. That is Lotro. Back in the original game, no expansions, level 50 was the cap. So you end up getting a lot of, oh, I want to do this, that, and the other, but really it's nothing crazy. So after you hit level 50, you really get an idea of how your class is going to function and this, that, and the other. Alright, so we end up finishing what I call phase 2, and we actually end up going to our first boss. This boss is is basically the rest of this video. This boss is a very, very long boss, especially with no DPS, and yeah, it's you have to have a well-tuned group if you don't have amazing DPS. And me, Truffles, and Zeldana, we have run 3-man since the beginning of time. I met them actually in a skirmish raid. You know, they liked me enough that they decided that I was going to tank, but that they found out the hard way that that's a bad idea. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and start explaining Hoover and how he works. Hoover is some type of Dunlending mage sorceress, goes boom, you know, all that fun jazz. But basically what you're going to want to do is he has an induction, and that induction needs to be interrupted at all times. It does, to the tank, it does about 5k damage, and that damage goes to everyone. I've seen it one-shot minis, I've seen it, you know, that goes down, he can't keep up, has to heal, pull aggro, whatever it is. It's generally not a good thing to have going off all the time. So what we're going to do here is when he does his thing, he actually doesn't, he has to have power when he does that induction. So with a Lore Master, what Zeldana is going to do is, he does stun a lot as well, so Lore Masters or any type of tanks that have stun immunity, make sure you've got it on at all times. Wardens do have it, but they can't keep it up at all times. So what we're actually going to do here is Zeldana's going to keep me stun immune so I can keep aggro, and he's going to start draining Hoover's power so that Hoover can't use his induction, because when the first set of ads come, that induction drops, and basically while you're taking ads, it's really difficult to catch. Alright, so actually I missed my interruption there. I just used it, and so there's that induction. It does, let's see, I have probably about 13k, so that probably did about 4k or so damage. Luckily enough, he wasn't turned on one of the minis or anything like that. So I'm going to slow down what the DPS I have and let Zeldana steal his power. It usually takes about 2 power steals, but the problem is with the new system, what they've done is he actually regains power. I don't know how he does it. I haven't run it since that update, but that really sucks. I hate that he actually regains power. It makes it this fight even harder than it has to be. But this, by far, and if any of you run it, is the harder of the 3-mans, in my honest opinion. A Fangorn, you kite around in a circle, kill some trolls, you know, nothing crazy. So, man, let's be coming down with something here. Golly. Alright, so we get that induction off, a little bit more power here in a second. And so, basically what you have to do is, once it's a morale threshold that he uses to summon his ads. Once the morale threshold is hit, 2 ads are going to spawn out of the 6 there are. So there are 3 sets of ads that are going to be coming in here. So, as you can tell here with that nice little green induction that they have, they're going to be healing themselves. And they also heal Hoover, and basically it's like an AoE induction heal, this, that, and the other. So it really, really helps a lot with the Lore Master. He can pin one down while we start DPSing down the other. And what I'm doing here is trying to keep aggro. I really don't start DPSing like crazy until after this first set of ads, so it starts going much, much faster. So, but basically, after back to that, I mean, that really much explains this fight. So I want to kind of shift gears here. If I see anything or remember anything as I'm watching the video here, I'll let you guys know. But basically, the first thing I'm going to be doing is, after I've done my videos and all that fun jazz, or introduction videos, I want to kind of give you guys a crash course of the game. There really isn't that much of a channel for Lord of the Rings Online. Kind of how-to guides or how to get started in the game. With the game model being free to play, it kind of left some guys high and dry. They really didn't get to enjoy the game. And really, in my honest opinion, the game, the way I describe it is it's free-er to play. It's not actually free to play. You get the first few levels for free, and then you really have to start going, oh, well, that's not free. You know, I think you can, let's see here. My guess would be probably about level 30-ish, 32 maybe at the most, is what you get, and then you go to Evendim and a few other places. But the hard part is when you start looking at places like Moria, where it's more expensive and stuff like that, the actual expansions of the game. And you have to start paying money and all that fun jazz. But it's a really entertaining game. It's a solid MMO. I really, really do enjoy it. People have been complaining about in-game content, but to be honest with you, it's an MMO. In my honest opinion, MMOs are allowed to flub every once in a while. You know, and Lotro does it about once every 2 years, maybe once a year at most. And this was their flub, in my honest opinion. They basically told us the instance finder was broken, and they're like, "Oh, we know it's broken. You know, it's in beta testing." And the whole entire issue is that, like, if it's in beta testing, why is it not in beta? I mean, you know, that's what beta testing is for. So that kind of left me high and dry, and stuff keeps, you know, bugging out. Like the dragon, they've had issues with the dragon since he came out. The last update was quote unquote supposed to fix it. It didn't fix it. If anything, from what I've heard, it made it worse. I haven't run it since the update. Actually, no, I did. I ran it last Thursday, and I'll run it again Thursday, and I'll hopefully get that video for you guys. But I'm probably gonna be posting Lotro videos bi-weekly. I'm not going to be doing commentaries on it yet. I want to see how you guys respond to it. You know, give me an idea of how you guys like to see this channel go. But I really do think that with what I know and how I know this game, I've been playing it since before Mines of Moria. Swapping servers quite a bit. Couldn't quite get comfortable. But I'm now comfortable. I won't be leaving the server for a very, very long time. All my high-level tunes are here. All my friends are here, mainly. But I think I could, you know, give you a little bit of help. I'm not really like a high-end game raider. I'm not big into yelling at people, you know. You won't probably find me doing Tower of Orthanc on Tier 2 or anything like that. I'm very, very casual. So, I mean, my definite gear point is towards the casual player that wants to do it right the first time. Because I know most casual players, like myself, don't have a ton of time on their hands. Like I work at 5 o'clock in the morning. I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and get to work at 6. So I really don't have all that time at night to spend, you know, 5 hours raiding and then get to bed and wake up and school on top of that. So I've got a lot of stuff going on, including YouTube. So we're going to be, that's why I want to do bi-weekly on Lotro. I do raid twice a week. Actually, probably you could say 3 times a week. I raid Tuesday, Thursday for the dragon, and Sunday with the kinship. Tuesday and Sunday with my kinship. We normally do 12-man raids because we have enough and can do it. And a lot of times I have seen a lot of people not doing skirm raids on GLFF. Basically, GLFF, for those of you who don't play, is a global looking for fellowship. But it's really more of like just the generic chat room for Lord of the Rings Online. So, but most of the looking for fellowship feed that I see is coming from GLFF, and a lot of it I'm not seeing skirm raids. And really, in all honesty, some of the best Julian in the game, if you don't have a solid 3-man, is coming from the 12-man skirm raids, and the 12-man skirm raids are extremely easy to get done. We can do 2 in an hour with the group I go with, and we just, you know, it's a lot of fun. It's not crazy fast paced, but they're still not easy mode. You know, we wipe sometimes. It doesn't happen often. You know, like I said, we've got a really good solid group of guys. Know how to play their class. You know, we do really, really well. A lot of fun. But on the other hand here, so leading stuff, and then I kind of want to do more of let me see here, what am I trying to say? Wow, my mind went blank. Oh, virtue builds. You know, I kind of want to go into each class, what stats they're looking for, different things like that. What roles they play, what stats they want to have. You know, all that fun stuff. What you want to know about a class, because I know there are a lot of people out there that, you know, if they're going to play a class, they want to play it right, and if they're going to play it right, they're going to be amazing at it. So, if you're one of those people, all new to the MMO, you know, this channel will probably be for you. Like I said, this is definitely going to be geared more towards the casual player, because Lotro really is a casual game. I don't find it to be as in-your-face rating as, you know, some of the other games I've played. You know, I've played Dark Age, where you had to get 70 people for a dragon and, you know, run around with your head cut off. So, you know, it's 12-man raid. You can 24-man the dragon, but all the bonuses that you want to get go away after you've done the 24-man, because it's tier 1, not tier 2. So, you know, the 24-man that they have is very, you know, it's not for everybody. Almost done with Hoover here. This is the last set of ads. But anyway, if you guys are interested in Minecraft, I do have a Minecraft series. I play hardcore Minecraft and commentate over it, obviously, because that's what everybody does. But if you're interested in Lotro, my bi-weekly, I'm hoping my bi-weekly, again, I'm in school, so it might shift. If it does shift, I'll probably let you know beforehand. But, let's see, I know what's today? Tuesday? Yeah, it's probably going to be around Tuesday and Friday for all my bi-weekly stuff. Those are my 2 days open I have usually during the week. And I'll have everything loaded for you guys. Minecraft will be daily, though. Inputs. Alright, so the CJs here, as you can tell, we mainly go yellow. Or not yellow, wow. I saw the yellow, thought, oh no, a yellow, and that was wrong. A blue. Basically, we go blues. For power, because as you can tell, this has almost been a 12-minute fight now. You lose power at a pretty steady rate after 12 minutes. You know, luckily with the Lore Master, they can divvy up power in a pretty easy state here. All right, and there's the last set of ads, and then it's just turning and burning Hoover. Hooray! Get him done. So, wow, we were getting really funky with those CJs. I think he sets one right after watching that one. But yeah, this is, and in my opinion, this is the longest section of the fight. The actual Dargnakh himself does not take that long. It's a really, really easy fight. Well, it's not easy. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to put it. The way you do it is easy, but it's not an easy fight. Like, the damage that the tank's going to be intaking throughout the whole entire thing is lots. You know, you're going to end up, you're not taking light damage, especially on a Warden. Wardens, blues, buff avoidances, all that good stuff, make life easy on your healers. But I'll explain the actual Dargnakh fight in the next section, which I'll hopefully release. Probably if I've got 2 parts, I'll release the first part today and then the second part tomorrow. So, there's Hoover. Guys, my name is John with LoadedDice Commentaries. Thank you for watching. Take it easy. Thanks.